What's happening, folks? Before I even start, sorry, I'm still using this microphone. I know it looks stupid. I will buy a new mic, lav mic, when I have some money to buy a lav mic. In today's video, we're shooting a roll of Kodak Portra 400. It's a really popular film just now. Apparently, it's kind of sold out and on back order in a bunch of places. As with the last film video, I'm just shooting scenes and things around Colorado Springs, doing some night stuff, a little bit dusk. But anyways, let's crack on and not make this intro too long. So the first place I stopped was literally like 3 blocks down the road from my house. There's this car garage and there's this old car sitting outside it that looks pretty cool. So I set up a shot here and I'm illuminating the car with the headlights from my car. And this shot came out okay. I think the old car in the foreground carries the entire shot, to be honest. It's not great composition, but I kind of like the warm and cool tones mixed in there. Next, on that same corner, there's this old building. I don't know if it's actually used or if it just looks like it's completely shut down. But I always think there's some sort of interesting composition here, and I've never been past it at night to really pay attention and shoot here. So I set up this shot, and we've got these like things in these black tarp things. I think one of them might have flapped around in the wind a bit because we've got this blur going on there that makes it look kind of like spooky or something. I like the composition here. I like the dark blue sky against the orange of the building. Again, not that far away, there's this building on the left hand side here. I've taken pictures in the daytime before and it's really colourful and it looks pretty awesome. So I set up another shot. This little one spotlight on the front of it looks pretty cool. And it makes everything look kind of spooky. I like how it lights up the tree at the side there. And yeah, this one came out alright. And again, just turning slightly to the left, I got another picture here before this car came down and the guy asked me what I was doing. The colours in this picture are pretty awesome, I think. I really like that kind of greenish, tealish colour from that light on the left. Sky's got a little bit of sunlight left in it. I don't know that that was really there, or I couldn't really see it myself when I was there. The orange coming from the light on the right hand side. I just like how it works. I'm out driving around Colorado Springs, just kind of winging it, hoping that I find somewhere with kind of cool scenes. I'm looking for kind of more industrial, kind of quiet areas, away from traffic, kind of sketchier feeling spots, I guess. Right now I'm in the car park of this place that has a big sign that says fabric, so I did not bring a spare battery for the GoPro, so this might end up being shot over 2 nights because I did promise that I would film the next roll I shot better than the last one. So the next scene I wasn't sure about when I was even there. Like, I liked the area, it looks kind of cool and industrial, and these kind of like very sort of like typical country sort of Western American stores almost. And I was trying to find a composition I like. I don't really like this first one. I think these lights are too strong. And the scans were JPEGs, so I couldn't really bring them back as much as I would like. I tried another composition here, a little bit tighter, and again, those lights are just too bright. And one more, I like this composition here. Again, the light's too bright, but I like the composition a bit better. It kind of has a bit of layering to it, and yeah, it's nicer. Next one, I was on this sort of railroad crossing. I think that might even be still in use, that railroad.
6 second exposure.
There was a lot of kind of old industrial stuff in this area. I guess because it's Portra 400, getting some really long exposures. Hopefully it'll be alright because I'm not accounting for reciprocity failure or whatever the heck you're supposed to do with that. But I am overexposing by like a half stop, so maybe that'll be alright. This picture did not really come out how I thought it would. It's actually not that good. I think I probably should have went in a bit closer. And this still isn't great, but I like that it's a little bit more sort of simple and graphic. Alright, even though I'm not shooting cine still, I did just see this gas station with like 3 pillars and a clean background, so I'm gonna give it a go anyways. Fireworks. This gas station picture did not come out nice at all. The composition's horrible, and yeah, I rushed it a bit. While I'm out here, I just parked right outside this cool like cannabis dispensary place. I like the furniture that's outside, so I'm gonna take a picture of it. Oh, that was a long one. The scene of this weed store was pretty cool, but I should have done a closer composition, maybe concentrated a bit more on that patio furniture, which is what initially drew my interest. I think one thing about shooting like this is, last time I did it, it felt sketchy the whole time. And I think it's just the fact that I'm walking around like quiet areas with a camera and a tripod late at night, doing something that most people would not be doing. So I probably feel sketchy because it looks sketchy, and the best thing I can do to counteract that is to not act sketchy. Just walk around as if I'm quite comfortable and I'm supposed to be doing that. And people might look at me and be like, what the fuck is that guy doing taking pictures of a gas station at nighttime? But if I'm not like trying to hide it, that somehow like puts people at a little bit more ease, and it's just a weird guy practicing taking pictures, and it's in public space, so it shouldn't bloody matter anyways. I think this GoPro is gonna run out, so I'm gonna drive back towards home and maybe pick this up tomorrow night. Hopefully there'll be another couple photo opportunities on the way back, because I think I've only shot like 10 or 12 frames. I did bring my knife, just in case. People have guns here, so I don't think this thing's gonna do much. Alright, that car's either going to totally fucking ruin it or make it a little bit better. I'm going to say ruin it. I do not have the patience to wait for that to become... I should not even have made this shot, to be honest. I should have spot metered for the liquor store so that I could get some detail back in there. Maybe I can from the negative. Maybe a place to remember and go back to, but no. Last time I was out, there was a building that was all lit up red, and this time there's a church and it's all lit up green, so I'm gonna see if I can make that into a little series. The GoPro battery died before I could film shooting this. It didn't come out nice anyways. The colours look really muddy, and I don't know if that's something to do with my exposure or a trait of Portra or the way it was scanned. I don't think it goes well with the other super colourful building picture that was red that was in my CineStill video. I thought this might be make a nice pair, but I don't think so. Maybe I'll go back and try and shoot this with CineStill one night. I was heading back home and I stopped at this laundromat that's in my neighbourhood to take a couple pictures of it, so I don't have any footage of it. Because, oh no, I've got some phone footage which I will put in here. It came out okay. I feel like I could have been maybe a little bit lower down. Maybe with if I scan a TIFF file, I'd be able to bring back the interior a little bit. But it's a little bit too bright inside. So I would have liked that to have been more visible. I would even have dealt with the outside being darker to deal with it. But otherwise, this file looks pretty nice. And I did a close-up of these chairs. I've always seen them in the window and they look kind of cool, and sometimes the light hits them nice, but the light doesn't hit all of the chairs, so it doesn't really work. And in this case, with the lights on inside and they were backlit, there's this nice shadow on the street outside. So it's got this sort of graphic nature, and I like the orange. It really pops out. Yeah, I'm pleased with this picture. It's probably one of my favorites of the roll. So the next day, when I charged the GoPro batteries, I went out just before sunset to take some pictures, and I saw this really nice light, and I just found the best composition I could at the time, because that was about to disappear behind a cloud, and I got this, and the light is really nice in this picture. The mountains look great, and it's a nice scene, but like there's not anything else interesting going on. The composition is just kind of okay. Yeah, the light looks good, so that kind of makes this picture nice. Then we went up to this overlook point where the light had disappeared by the time we got there, and I wanted to make a picture here that was not the same as everybody else's picture, because obviously everybody else just walking up, taking a picture of the Garden of the Gods. So I saw these two girls on the roof of their car, so I put them in the corner of the scene, and we've got the rock things from the Garden of the Gods there. There is a bit of motion blur in this picture. My shutter speed was too slow, which is annoying, but the thing that really bugs me is that the tree sticks up just a little bit beyond the line of the mountains. It just kind of breaks that continuous line, and that kind of haunts me a little bit. This year I love this building. I think it looks super cool, and it was nice sort of getting into that blue hour kind of light. So there's a nice light blue kind of tone to this picture. See this like gift store over here, looks pretty cool. Hopefully I'll be able to cut out these road signs though. So I actually found this building on Google Maps when I was just like looking around for cool stuff. It was the right time of day, so I came up here to sort of photograph it at blue hour. Thankfully there's some lights get left on there. Trying to find a composition that I liked, and I think I was a little bit too far away at first. It's okay. And then I also did a vertical shot, which is fine as well. I like that the whole tree line's in there. Again, it could have been a little bit closer. There's some wasted space at the top. And then I just decided to move in closer and finish the roll on this building, take some detail shots. I decided to do one a little closer. I might actually end up finishing the roll on this building. This one's pretty cool. I overexposed it slightly and the lights came back enough. It still looks fine. So, and we also got some detail in the shadows. So it looks pretty cool. There's that kind of like warm tone and the cool tone on the other side. I don't mind the composition because we've got the moon over here as well. I'm wondering if I can get that included. I want to get a shot with that moon in it, but I'm worried that it's gonna expose for the light in the shop. So I'm gonna overexpose by a stop and a half and hope for the best. And so this was the last shot that I took of this, and I'm glad I did this. I think this picture could stand alone without the others, but also it's nice with the other ones there as well. But going at that more steep angle and including that tree line and the moon in the corner there, I think was a good idea. So this was day 2 of that exact same roll. I've shot in 3 different like types of light, so I don't know whether I'm going to make this 3 different videos, but if you're watching this, I guess you know by now. So I'm imagining it's going to be at least 2 different videos. So during the day when I was walking the dog, I carried the film camera for a little change, picture of these three birds. I actually kind of like this picture. Like, I do wish that the birds had been closer and maybe there was three of them and they were layered somehow, like in the foreground, mid and background. But there's something like calm about this photo, which is nice. This little scene here with these boots was kind of, I mean, it's not a great picture by any means. The light's a bit harsh, but I really like this, like just a weird scene to see some cowboy boots. It's very like American West-ish. But yeah, pair of cowboy boots just like lying on a street corner. And I pass this street corner every day and they're not always there. That was the first time I've seen them. I like this old truck that sits in the distance there, and then there's these 4 trucks lined up, which just look kind of cool. And to me, this is a good one to include in my dog walking in Old Colorado City project that I've now started since I moved here, I guess. So that was that whole roll of Portra 400. There was a couple pictures I took out because they were either duplicates or just complete trash. And as much as I had a better time shooting the Portra 400 than I did when I was shooting the Cinestill, I like the pictures I got with the Cinestill better. I can see why people like Portra 400. It does seem like a very versatile film. Some of the shots came out well. The grain is pretty fine. You don't really notice it unless you zoom in close. And I like that sort of fine grain look. I also like that you can overexpose this film and you can bring it back. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop me a comment down below, let me know what you thought. Tell me if you've shot Portra before, if you like it or if you dislike it. Do me a favour and check out this playlist / video that I'm linking up in this corner here. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.